Are you tired of wasting your tubes of RTV, silicone, sealant, whatever it is you're pushing out of these little tubes? Yeah, we are too. Well, do we have a deal for you? And we kind of sound like infomercials. Yeah, this is not our product, but it is a really cool product, and it's something that actually works. So we thought we'd talk about it, and it's in this bag. It's called the Silicone Saver. Imagine that. What a name. Kind of says exactly what it does. Let's get these things out of here and talk about how do they really work in making these tubes of RTV last, because let's face it, we've seen 40 or 50 different tips and tricks on how to make these last, and everything still happens the same way. It dries up in here, or you put the nozzle on it dries up in there, and then you're having to dig that stuff out and waste your productive time in doing so, and half the time you end up poking a hole in the side and using it to finish the job and buying a new tube. And by the way, today, I think $12.50 from O'Reilly. So they're not cheap anymore. Let's take a look. So these are your typical tubes of RTV. I think, what are they, 3 ounce, 4 ounce, something like that. Yeah, 3 ounces. And as I mentioned, I bought this morning at O'Reilly, $12.50. I think the cheaper brand was like $1 cheaper, so I stuck with a permatex. And even they had the, what is it, the Mega Black that I think is probably $16. This is supposed to stay more flexible or something. Anyway, so you're looking at, $10 plus, $12 plus for each one of these tubes, and they all do the same thing. Now, I will be perfectly honest with you. These 2 tubes, and I'm sure I've got multiple more around the shop here, I just pulled these out of the toolbox. I have not opened them. Now, I know one of them I've used recently, and I'm thinking recently was doing an oil pan on an Audi a few days ago, and the other one it's probably been a few weeks. In fact, I'm not even sure on the other one. I just know one of these, and I don't remember which one I've used in the last few days, and the other one, who knows how long it's been. But anyway, let's open these up and actually have a look, because, by the way, this is called the Silicone Saver. This is the package it comes in. And basically you get 2 caps and 2 of the rods. Now, it's pretty cool design. These are patented or patent pending. Yeah, U.S. patent on these. And it's not for what you think. Like, it's not the rod. In fact, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the patent's on. I believe it's on the actual cap process here. And we'll get into that more in just one moment, but it is a patented process, and it kind of happens as you would expect. This is the cap, and then this is the rod, and you'll store the rod in there, but the rod actually has a few purposes here. So it will not only store in there and keep things tight, but also if you ever do have something to start hardening in there or something like that, you can actually use it to clean it out as well. So anyway, you get 2 caps, and you get 2 rods in the kit. So that's the Silicone Saver. So now let's take a look, and what is it actually accomplishing? So if I open this one, again, I do not remember which one I've used last. So here's one here. Looks pretty typical. Looks like it's starting to harden around the outside, and then the center looks like it may be, yeah, so it's actually working, but you can see as I squeeze it out, it's not coming out in whole. It's just kind of the center where it hasn't hardened yet. So part of it's starting to harden. And by the way, I also typically will squeeze out a little here, and we'll put the cap on to try to seal that so it doesn't harden, but it still seems to happen. No matter what I do, whether I stick something in there, whether I squeeze it out and let it ooze out and then put the cap on, it still seems to harden. Now let's talk about the hardening process and how RTV actually hardens. It's not exactly just the oxygen in the air or the air that actually does the process to actually harden. Why do I say actually all the time? Anyway, it's not just the air that helps harden it. It's what's in the air, and that is the humidity. The moisture in the air is what reacts with RTV. By the way, I'll go ahead and open this one, and allows that process to actually harden. There's actually, again, to harden the RTV or the sealant or the silicone or whatever you're using. If it doesn't have some type of catalyst, typically it's the air, i.e. the humidity or the moisture in the air, that is allowing this to harden. So we've got this one here that as we mentioned, it is still usable, although the outside is starting to harden up. Now this one here, I'm pretty sure that must have been the one I used on the oil pan recently. And if I open this one here, and looks the same way, it looks like it's hardening around the outside, but the center may still be usable. So I'll squeeze it out. Okay, I'm wrong. So it's actually hardened all the way through. So although it does look hardened on the outside and shiny in the middle, it's still hardened all the way through. And here's something interesting that I was not intending on doing. I figured I would need something to dig something out, and I grabbed a precision screwdriver out of the drawer. And if you'll notice right here on the screwdriver, if you can see that, is some residual RTV, which is probably the last time I used this, and I use this to poke in there, dig around. So typically I'll either grab that or I'll grab a little drill bit and just spin it by hand and try to get that out. So it seems to be hardened about all the way through to the threaded area, and it seems to be still soft inside. But then, you know, you try to dig this out of here and you're just wasting precious productive time, because you can just poke it in there and you're still not going to get the goo out that you want. So I can still press it and I'm still not getting anything out. So we'll get a trusty drill bit, and typically what I like to do is kind of spin it by hand, hoping to use the flutes of that drill bit to kind of pull the pieces out and remove them as I do. Why am I wasting all this time on something that we know is an issue? Okay, so now I've got a little stream coming out, and I'm going to have to press that really hard and get it around whatever I'm doing, water pump or whatever, but I've really got to press that to get any product out. So that's a waste of time. It's a waste of money, because typically we're going to throw that tube out, buy another one, or open our new one that's already in our box, and then we lose our extra one we have, and yada, yada. We all understand how that works. I'm also going to give you 3 tips throughout this review that you can take home as a nugget for you, or take to work with you as a nugget. So, and it's not using a drill bit, although that does seem to help, because as I mentioned, and you can step up if you need to, just clean your drill bit off or drill it through a piece of wood or something like that, and it'll typically clean it up pretty good. And you step up to a bigger bit, and again, keep turning it clockwise, and it should kind of pull that stuff in the flutes as you're pulling out, so you're not squeezing that hard stuff out in the good product. And that's another possible issue, is that all these little residual pieces, you risk actually putting in your work and in your product. And again, I'm still squeezing hard to get that out, although it's a lot bigger bead now, and it's going to be a little easier. So let's talk about the Silicone Saver. I mentioned that this works by actually keeping, or actually I talked about the hardening process and the curing process of RTV, silicone, most anything that doesn't have an actual catalyst like an epoxy or something. It's typically using the air or the moisture in the air to dry it. What the Silicone Saver does is eliminate that opportunity for that moisture to get into your RV. Yeah, you don't want moisture in your RV either. To eliminate that moisture, or at least mitigate that moisture from being able to get into your RTV and harden up. So if you can stop that moisture from happening, then you can keep that from curing in the tube, and it will possibly last for years, is what they're claiming, versus a few days, literally, especially we're here in Central Florida. Very high humidity content, very high moisture content. This stuff hardens up really quick. So you can use the Silicone Saver in a couple of ways, or I shouldn't say a couple of ways, but when you initially get them, can you use them on your existing RTV? And absolutely you can. So you can take this, and by the way, let's take a closer look. By the way, man, I'm using all these words all the time. I sound like an idiot. Anyway, so you'll notice here, in the cap or under the cap or inside the cap is kind of that internal tube. So we have the tube coming out here that obviously that's going to dispense our material. And then inside the cap here, we have a slanted cut there. Now what that's therefore is to help you puncture that initial puncture of the tube, and we'll show you that in one moment. But also, as it goes down in there, part of the patent process is how it actually seals on the RTV spout or on the threaded end. So can you use this on your existing tubes? Yes, you can. So I can take this and I can get it in here as long as you get all your goop cleaned out. And I can put this on and we can stick this in here and we can use this. However, you're not going to get the most out of this on using it on an existing tube. So just understand, if you put this on one of your existing tubes and it hardens up a little bit, or over a few weeks it hardens up, don't throw these things away, because you really need to try it on a brand new tube. So let's open up our brand new tube and we will notice that it's solid, right? It has not been punctured, because on the lid of your permatex tube or any other RTV tube that you buy, it has that little puncture thing that actually punctures the hole, and then you put your cap on. Well, the same is true with the Silicone Saver, but it does it a little bit differently. You don't have like a four-sided blade or like a Phillips tip that's doing it. You've just got that slanted tip there. And so what you want to do, you want to find somewhere near about the center and push it in. So now it's just made a little smiley face there. So you just made a little puncture there. And now you want to push and turn. And now what it's doing is creating that seal that it needs, that patented seal. So turn it down decently firm. You don't have to cross thread it or actually, strip the threads. But now you're getting the ultimate seal, and also you're going to be able to squeeze that relatively easy and dispense your material. In fact, let's do that. So now we've got some masking paper down, and I said I was going to give you some tips. Here's one tip here. So you can get, is it Valpro, something like that. That has a handle squeezer or a tube squeezer. I think they call it the Cincinnati. You can buy one of those and use them to squeeze the tubes. You can, ball them up and roll them up the best you can as well. You can also take a bolt. You could take a wooden dowel if you wanted to, but I like the bolt because it's got a little bit of strength even when you slice this. So I took this bolt, and I don't know, it's probably 2.5 inches, and I sliced it all the way down with a cutting wheel, a cutting disc. You could also do it with a bandsaw or with a hacksaw, sawzall, whatever. You just want to be straight. And so I cut a slit all the way down to the base of the head. Again, we don't need this thing extra strong. And then I also just kept a nut. And by the way, I used a little nylock nut as well. Had this laying around off of probably some pallet that I received. And what this will enable me to do now is I can take this, I can slide it on the end of my RTV. I can even put the nut on. And now, kind of got something to roll against, right? And so now I can use that to keep that tube nice and flat as we utilize it. So there's your existing tube with the Silicone Saver. Dispense it, put the rod back in it, and it's going to work again. But don't base your entire opinion based off of that, because it's really meant to work with a new tube. So there's tip number one, just taking a bolt, taking a dowel, whatever, slicing it, and using that for getting all the product you can out of a tube. Okay, now here's our new tube. We had to squeeze that pretty hard because we had some residual that was actually starting to dry up. So on this tube here, one hand, I can squeeze that out. And by the way, there's another tip. So there's about an 1/8 inch bead. Okay, I'm going to squeeze, and I'm going to use the speed to determine my actual diameter of the ribbon that I'm dispensing. Now, all I need to do if I want a larger bead is that I can just kind of slow up, okay? So now I've got about a 1/4 inch bead. And by the way, I'm kind of doing this out in front of me. I could probably be a little more steady with 2 hands. And then if I want to go even bigger, again, I'm just going to slow up my dispense. And I can even rock it to give me that nice weld bead look. But my point is, with this spout, you can get the same effect as whether you were kind of slicing your different nozzles. And by the way, once you slice it bigger, then it's too late. But you can dispense the amount of product that you want out of the same nozzle just by the speed that you're dispensing it and the amount of pressure you're pulling on it. You see there with 2 hands, I'm getting a nice 1/8 inch bead and moving along rather quickly. And again, if you wanted to get the little, trigger thing, you could do that as well. Or take our bolt, make sure it's flat here, slide it on, put your nut on, and making sure we're getting all the product out we need. And there you have it. You get done, you push this in, and that's the way to use the Silicone Saver on a new tube that's actually sealing on the bottle itself and giving you the best benefit of keeping this the longest in your toolbox without it drying up and without it doing what we see right here, where it dries up on the outside and then you've got to dig things out even after just sitting a few days. And my last tip for you. So I showed you this. I showed you how to dispense in your speed and basically, how much strength you're providing to the tube to squeeze it out. And this will be my last tip. If you're needing to get this into a place that may be a little further away, that you would typically need a nozzle or something like this, you can take a piece of, this is like fuel tubing. I think it might be 1/4 inch, 5/16, something like that, and slides right on there. And then dispense that out as you need it with that tube. And then when you're done with it, you can squeeze that tube out if you want to, or just pull it off, throw that away, and cut you another piece off as you need it. So there you have it. That's the Silicone Saver. I believe these are available on Amazon for $15 for a 2-pack. And yes, that's probably pretty expensive for, say, 2 caps. But then again, you're looking at the patent on this, and you're looking at saving $12.50 at each time one of these dries up. Maybe not $12, but whatever portion of the tube that's hardened up and you can't use it anymore. But then you look at production of the job and the money saved there. So anyway, check it out. Let us know in the comments what you think about something like this, and if you think it'll actually work, or maybe something that you have as a tip in dispensing RTV.